Plus, I don't want to deal with that.
Oh, Craig, hello. It's our
Long time no
beloved.
see,
Oh,
Craig.
Craig.
Beep, 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 beep.
It's
Plus, this way I don't
Craig.
have to worry about what goes on screen. So, yeah.
Craig is the childhood best friend. He's always there.
Oh, that's not.
Good for him.
My childhood best
No,
friends have been ruined for me. I don't like that show
Different
anymore.
show.
Yay, trauma. Anyway.
excuse me. Oh,
Yes,
love
you
trauma.
bestie.
Shh. I wanna
Personally,
hear it.
not a fan of
I
trauma.
want to hear it today.
It hasn't really done anything good to me. For me.
Oh shit. Speaking of childhood, like, right, is your mom watching Love Next Door? That was I really like it
No,
from the clip.
but
She
now
might
that
like
she's bought a Netflix pass for herself, she probably can. She bought it on a whim yesterday. It's like, oh, okay. Good to know. I will maybe mention it to her.
Excel working?
She's
Oh, shit.
not watching drama. She's not watching an IRL drama. What's happening in the
Overpowers
US?
her.
I don't know what's her deal. I don't know what her
Wait,
deal is
what
lately. So
is
you know what?
happening in the US?
I ask myself the
There it
same
is.
thing. She's just typical politics stuff. Been very interested in it. I'm like, yeah, you do you, mom. You do you. I don't want to know what you're doing, but you do you.
Yep, that's here. I'll look at that later. Okay. Begun review. You have forsaken me.
Oh, wait, Iru?
I don't think you'll be joining today.
Yeah, we had that assumption.
Yeah. Bless you, Kuya Iru, if you ever like hear this.
We will try not to get ourselves killed without your supervision. We make no
Yeah,
promises.
That'd be
we'll
hilarious.
try. We'll
It'd be
try
funny
not
if
to
we
get
all
into
died.
really be
It would be
funny.
hilarious.
No promises to be made
It
here
would be
today.
funny.
That would be
I
one
don't
heck of
make
a
any
surprise.
explicitness. Yeah, surprise, surprise. Guess we'll find out.
While I get my new PC to save my note location so I don't have to look for it every time, does anybody want to try and recall what they remember?
What were we doing? I don't remember much. There was like the stuff with the twins, and they're gone now. And so is the kid.
They're gone now.
Then we were chilling in the mansion or whatever, and now we're waiting for a meeting. That's all I got. I mean,
Oh shit,
yeah.
that's a big download.
I mean, that's basically what happened. Yeah, we
Yeah,
searched
pretty
for
much.
the
You
letter.
were with Dodge for a bit, but that's not that important.
No, not that important.
You were a pug.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. On the days
Was
when
Weiss here for the pugging?
No.
Nope, I was
She
not.
missed the pugging.
I wasn't there for it. So
yeah, there are like
I did
scales.
listen to it.
I don't
Sorry,
think
there's
it's
a what now?
uploaded yet, so you might. So I don't think you would have had the opportunity.
I mean, I've heard snippets of it from here.
I
I've heard the
told
snippets
Rice.
from here, and I've seen the conversation that was happening in the chat. So I had an assumption of what may have happened. I don't know what the full bottled.
He got turned into a dog.
They made the twins' mother upset, so she threw polymorphed Orchid into a pug.
You see, Orchid hit her in the head because she was being annoying, along with the kids,
Okay,
because they were all
I
being
vaguely
annoying.
remember this part of the conversation. I was actually there for it. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I wasn't, but I vaguely remember this part.
You weren't
being
there
told
for the
to
part
me.
where they got cured, which was
No,
yeah.
I
You can just dispel
was
triple
not there.
memory.
Yeah, now
It was
there are
just talking.
scales everywhere or something.
Yep.
Interesting.
It's like an Easter egg hunt, but with scales, and you're not looking.
That because mother was going to observe it. I cannot remember this part, but no
I don't know
scale
why the
important
scales are
because
everywhere.
something. I guess we'll find out in due
I think
time.
all I remember is that she just put them everywhere for some reason. I don't remember.
It's easier to do magic with on things from a distance that are connected to you.
Mm.
It's a setup.
Kind of vaguely, I sort of recall this conversation going. Oof,
Tube.
important.
Jeez, it's gonna take a while to download. And
This is
yeah.
fine. Need to be obsession. Chill, relax.
Yeah, no.
I don't want to
But
chill. I
no,
want all the
we're going to
smoke.
chill in the meeting.
I'm pretty sure we just left off with Marco getting ready to attend the meeting anyway, so it's
Yeah.
all chill.
Oh,
Well, let's assume
okay,
that
Elsa.
I was just waiting for the
Going to get
video
unchill
that I haven't
soon.
uploaded yet to download,
Right here.
so I can check the exact moment. But you know,
Right.
we can pretend the episode ended with us standing outside of the doors, waiting.
no, I'm pretty
To
sure it ended with
enter.
Marco getting
Oh,
ready.
Yeah, I
Getting
changed.
what?
We went back to our room. I changed.
Oh, last thing I
I changed
remember was
into
Orchid getting a
this.
lesson.
Orchid getting a lesson.
Yeah, how to be a proper
what?
servant.
There was etiquette training, but that was happening
Yeah,
Yeah,
while Marco was talking to Ikar about
yeah.
that was the last
about
thing I
how they were
remember.
going to continue, and then
Mm.
pretty sure we ended that conversation with Marco heading back to their room to get ready. And there was also some file digging, but you got, but you didn't find anything.
Yeah, we
In
got to halfway. The
yeah,
next time we
you
search
moved
for
like
it,
you
it's gonna be
removed,
there.
you went halfway and removed all of the stuff that you knew wasn't it. Well, at least half of it, and then ran out of time because you needed to go get ready. It's coming back to me. I'll just leave that download in the background. No big moments happened, so it makes sense that it was a little more difficult to remember. Yeah,
Can't all be
but
big
we got
moments. Sometimes we gotta have quiet moments. Let us
I
have the
don't think so. I
quiet
think everything
moments.
should be big and leave
explosion,
lingering
explosion.
effects.
Yeah, I can give you that if you want,
Hmm.
Mikey.
I don't
It needs to leave lingering,
disagree.
long-lasting effects on
Yeah,
No,
everybody, not just
I
Orchid. Just to be
disagree.
clear,
No, I
because
disagree
friendship
even
is
more now
magic.
because you're involved with. I love the friendship, Mikey, but not this way. I suddenly don't want your camp if
What?
it's going to be like this.
What?
I disagree.
Mm.
Help.
Of course you disagree. That's because the friendship hasn't set in yet. But that's what the trauma's for.
trauma bond.
Oh,
It's like
It's a
bonded. Oh
process.
gosh.
um,
It's a process.
fucking it's me. Don't give me the shit. Ha ha ha, me either. Don't just stop. Who snapped their fingers?
I did, but oh.
Huh. Um, uh, Let me just add this and see how much changes.
Cafe.
That's just while you're getting ready, I guess. You
Okay.
don't want unless you want like the grandiose music to get dressed. It's like duh.
Why? He don't want the bossa nova as
I love jazz.
You want some jazz music? It's like, is this not good enough?
jazz. Like
You want B movie? Got it. You want the B movie
Oh
music
my
on?
god. No, it's
jazz. You want jazz? You're gonna get jazz today.
Do you like
After
jazz?
a great
jazz.
start of this, sir.
Yellow.
Yeah.
And I should not have let that joke slip out of my mouth as fast as it did. Kept that reeled in. Nah, but you just really had to say you like jazz.
Do you like
I
jazz?
had to. Compulsion. Oh, Mr. Darcy, I don't quite like jazz. I quite like it in D concerto. Oh, fucking get some help. Oh,
I'm
no,
sorry.
I
I
have nothing else
accidentally
to
That's
say
called
okay.
you Mr. Darcy.
other than that.
Then
This is gonna be his new nickname now. I'm gonna
that's
forget what his name is in a couple of weeks.
It's Mr. Darcy now.
I'm just like, what's his name again? Like, what's his name again? Forgot.
I just
No
realized.
idea.
I just realized I'm using the headset mic instead of my expensive mic.
Oh, that's why it was kinda.
Oh, you idiot.
To be
What? You
fair,
You
it sounds
forget.
just. It sounds fine.
It sounds the same though.
It-
Yeah, it sounds the same.
it's a bit clearer with the mic.
Oh my god, YouTube ads.
know what?
Get out of here.
Let's see. Do-do-do-do-do-do-doop. Settings. System. As I said, my whole system got wiped, so I forgot to reset my mic, it seems.
Like that.
Output, input. Going for it?
Hmm?
Yeah? It seems I gotta pair it with my Discord as well. Doop. Voice. That working?
Oh, okay. No,
Oh,
that's pretty loud. Yeah, it's working
that's so
clear.
loud.
Let's say.
But also, it's also way too loud
And
all of a sudden. It's like, oh no.
That better?
he is at 100%. You can always just keep it at 100.
It's too much effort. I don't put that much effort.
That happy?
I
Everybody happy with
respect
that?
our friendship, but that's too much
Mm.
effort. No, you're right. I have to lessen it. No, that's fucking loud.
I can lower it on my end.
Shit.
It's
No,
fine.
it's fine. I can make the effort. Do it for the friendship.
We're gonna
Nothing
go into
else.
a random person's voice chat one day and just flashbang them with my voice. Oh.
Yeah. The saxophone's not even loud enough to drown you out. That loud it was.
I have the default music on this activity, like, about half, so it's not that loud for me.
I usually have it like at 10%. It's not that loud either. Also, because Craig is not gonna be able to record it anyway, so what's the point? Get whatever
Well-
level you want.
It's more for me, yeah, to get the vibe. And for OBS it works, but as we said. Anyway,
It's
now
not
that I
OBS.
think we fixed all the problems.
Shit.
Sure.
At least all
Problems.
the
Yes.
problems. Have a drink. Oh, I forgot to do that. Wasn't that long ago. I'll take it. Aye. Do.
As if second.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just get straight into it. We'll see how quickly things pick up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
This demon
Yeah, how
side.
quickly?
This is
Yeah,
This will work.
funny.
Is Ikawa invite them into the place where you guys were talking when he first introed you. And then as soon as that's done, the servants will come to get you and take you into the meeting where you'll be introduced as well. Well, we can do that as soon as you guys are ready. So, how is getting ready going?
Yeah, pretty good, I guess. I probably Mako would probably like just put a shawl over Orchid's head.
Oh, right, you did discuss Orchid's dress
Yeah.
as well, didn't you? Attire.
Mm. I'm
There
pretty
are
sure
some
Noel can
servants
take care of
you want.
himself.
Oh, is it?
Yes, thank
What's
you
going
for
on?
your attention, milady. I'm sure he can handle himself just fine.
I believe the only people who aren't attending are the kobolds.
Yep. But yeah,
Stress free.
do you guys change into anything else?
I think the only thing I remember was that Orchid's wearing a veil. I forgot what kind of looking
You are
veil,
allowed to
but
borrow
a veil.
clothes. He's given you permission to go
Yeah.
into the wardrobes and
So
use what
it's
you
your
want.
time to fashion Noel and Orchid.
Ah,
But I think Orchid
I
has
don't do
changed.
fashion.
what? It does not need to overmaster. Shut up. An attendant does not need to overshadow their master. Shut up. I don't
Mako
shit today.
practically changed into something business casual. It's like, form fitting, it hits right where it needs to hit. Waist snatch. It's great.
I'm sorry, but the attendant don't need to show off their slutty ass waist. That's all I gotta say today.
I mean, why?
Greg died. Greg
That's the
back.
first time I've seen Greg
Craig.
kill himself, but
No, he
What
doesn't
that
value
say?
our friendship.
He really said unalived. Ooh, oof.
Goodbye. I can't handle the stress. Not anymore.
But if Gareth truly wants to
maybe.
stay in the same attire, it's up to them. The option is there, and I'm sure
No,
you can
he
find
would
something
not.
that won't,
Oh.
overshadow anybody.
I'm thinking that even though you say that it's what's it? like super fancy or whatever. Like I was gonna say, I don't think I want Orchid to be wearing her gauntlets currently. Like I know that it's like, magic and people like it or something. But I was like, I don't want her to wear them right now.
Fair
So
enough. You can take them off.
That's a bit
Orchid should
suspicious.
probably
yeah.
just hide it pretty well
Yeah, I don't know. Stick it under a bed or
in the room.
something. Yeah. And put some other gloves on. Some nice
Okay, so
regular
Orchid
black and white
hens
gloves.
were revealed for the first time in the entire campaign.
Wow, she has hands.
Maybe,
Hand
But not
reveal.
mechanical.
Not fake news.
maybe not,
Fake news.
like, I'm sure nobody's paying attention. Okay, but...
I thought you had prosthetics.
No, she doesn't even have hands. The gloves just make up, they're just hand-shaped. They're attached to a nub. But anyway, yes, she's going to very carefully remove them and put them somewhere. I guess in the room where she's sleeping. Under the bed or something. Because nobody needs to see them.
Okay.
And then probably also go find her some gloves very quickly.
You can get some simple servant ones, or you can go streak out and get something a little fancier from one of the wardrobes.
Mm-mm. I think simple ones will do fine.
There we go. Whoop. Mm-mm. Simple cleaning gloves, then. There you go. Congratulations.
Hands.
Gloves.
Don't
Kinda
say it like
sad.
that.
We only got a brief hand reveal.
It was the
Only a
shyest
brief
moment.
hand, alas.
Too bad.
No more
what a
Mickey
shame.
Mouse hands.
It will never be forgotten.
Mickey Mouse. I mean,
Only in our
still kind of
memories do
Mickey
Mickey
with the
Mouse
glove.
glove hands survive. Mickey.
Punch somebody so hard that the glove tears. That's scandalous. Anyway,
Oh no. You saw a part of that pinky
my knuckles.
finger. This is unbelievable.
You saw my knuckles. How terrible.
Knuckles.
Don't look at me.
Ah.
I'm shy.
A faux pas.
It just got the most whipped
Careful.
hands ever.
I mean, why not? I could see it.
It punched so many people that they basically saw dust on the knuckles. Could sand something down with them. Anyway. Yeah.
Only
Is everyone
Only
happy
Orchid would be
with?
able to do that.
Yeah. Is everybody happy with the preparations and ready to move on to introducing themselves to the guests?
As a servant, do I truly need to
Sure.
introduce myself? Truly. But yes, I'm ready.
Yeah. What do you think's more likely? That Marco and everybody is ready before the guests arrive, as you did start getting ready beforehand, or that you would be extra cautious and not be finished until after they've arrived?
I think. I think Mako would have just told them to get prepared earlier before the guests arrive.
Okay, but do you think they would have followed through? Some people I'm going to get ready an hour early, and then be like, shit, it's almost time.
That's the
And
thing. Mako would have gone through that and actually done it. She will probably forced Orchid to do it because they're in the same room. I don't know about Noel.
Okay, so Marco has finished on time, and then made sure Orchid was also ready on time, just in case. Gonna be on time. and
Well,
Noelle probably doesn't seem to care too much about showing off, so they also likely finished early. Sound reasonable?
Yeah.
If that's the case, you'd be
Reasonable
waiting a
but
little bit.
loved.
Tell one of the servants that you're ready, and then just ask you the wait. That'd be Esther, but whatever. Okay. Whoop. Nope, not where I wanted to be. I forgot how many folders I have. I am impressive. Alright. Yeah, that's everything. Jeez. Just waiting for a little bit. And you could. Where would everybody be waiting? Just would you be waiting together in the personal dining room for guests, or would you just be staying in your personal rooms, just sitting? Maybe reading some of the book that you found in the library.
Yeah, I'll be in my room. I'll do embroidery while we're at it.
Sweet.
What about the others though?
Yeah, everybody would be waiting for at least 20, 30 minutes. It's finishing early isn't always what it's cracked up to be. Because then you gotta wait for people, and it's like,
that's why I prefer to be late.
well, not this time, unfortunately.
Fashionably late.
She's probably just gonna
So
be
how's
sitting
everybody
somewhere.
cope? Is any quirks or habits that people use to cope with boredom?
You mean the characters or in real life?
Whichever one you prefer. I'm happy to hear both.
No. I have in real life I have a nail biting habit, so I probably end up biting my nails and stare into outer space until it's time. So
Through the gloves.
no,
Oh my god.
not Orchid. Orchid, I don't know. She'll probably fall asleep just sitting around.
Fall asleep while sitting.
uh,
We'll go with that then. Fallen asleep and Noelle. Right. Has Noelle
I
invited
mean,
themselves into their room, or are they also just staying in their room?
he doesn't mind either or, but gotta give girls privacy, so he'll probably be in his room.
girls don't need privacy. Who told you that myth?
Yeah. What would Bazaar be doing right now? And he has to stay to the guest quarters as well. Probably he was training, but then he would have had to return to the guest quarters. And yeah, their task or whatever they're doing is probably changing so frequently that it's not worth saying what one thing they were doing. They probably talked to Leon for a little bit, went out a window, played with his brother, walked around, went and explored. It so while Noelle's waiting in their room, just watching Bazaar have bizarre things, I suppose.
With his bro, they're broing
Mhm.
together.
You'd go out of sight for a few minutes in the distance. Spin tofu. Go back. Hello. Go back. Bother the others. Others probably go bother the girls for a bit. It seemed at Broadway.
get bored, leave. He's like, I'm so sorry, I didn't realize she was asleep. Bye. No. The gist. Rice is on mute. Well, so, as you might be able to hear, I chose rainy aesthetic as the clouds have come in, so that the sun seems like it's set a little earlier. Yeah, and the guests have showed up early. Yeah, so Esther on the dodge to everybody know that they're here. Ika's currently introducing themselves. I give the thumbs up. Yay. I really hope I don't have to bring up the support server. That would really suck. And now our free notifications from Craig. Yay. Okay, good. Okay. That's what everybody wants to hear. And closer to the door. It's currently closed. That's also not what I want.
Was there a question asked?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, being brought to the front of the door. Marco. Gareth. Orchid. Well, Iris, I suppose. Is there really a difference? Who can say?
Of course there is.
It's the gloves, that's the difference. Adorned in veils and more nondescript outfit for Gareth. When opening the doors, Ika's the first thing to be seen, which is unusual, as when you were talking to him outside. Right, but I guess this way he can stand up immediately to introduce Marco. Before the door's even fully open, you can see him standing up. To be like, man, this is the future to be Countess of our county, and seeing the current acting head of Count Trinidad. And as soon as the doors open, and some familiar faces appear to be sitting opposite. While Marco looks at Ikar and then goes to the people opposite to see who it is. Gareth would have attention would have shot straight to the people opposite, even though their view came into attention after. The slightest bit of sunlight left from the setting sun coming in through the windows. Those are being blocked by curtains despite the still being light out. Yeah. Lady Consuela, let me introduce you to Lady Annalise from Athens.
Uh, Mako does her curtsy, and
Marco would recognize their attendant, who was talking to Noel on your way in here, who looks very similar to how Noel normally looks. Looks albeit darker and a bit taller.
she keeps a straight face and with a very noble smile. Just, it is very nice to meet you, Lady Annalise.
Likewise. We had heard you had guests, Lord Icar. Interesting to hear that one is your fiancé. I'm sure we've all had experiences with arranged marriages. Gotta do your duty. She sends a. She's looking at both the attendants and the new person who's entered the room. Quick question. What would Gareth have their eyes on at the moment? And how's Iris would also recognize all of these people. Awkward. So how's the reactions coming from the people who are meant to be keeping themselves
I knew
nondescript?
it. I knew it. It would have been like, oh, damn it. They're gonna make a business deal out of this.
I had to mute because I was laughing like crazy. It's hilarious.
I love this for you, Mike.
1 sec, let me plug this back in. Okay, I can hear you. Yep. How's okay? You're laughing. How's Orchid handling this?
Well, she probably looked saw them. Like she saw them, but like she probably is. The only thing I can imagine her doing is avoiding eye contact as best
You've
as
got a veil
she
on, which will
can.
help.
Yeah, so like she
Gareth unfortunately does
sees.
not have such a thing.
I have a thing
Good.
called bluffing. It's called off.
Yes. What is Gareth priority
I'm
as
sure
soon as
he's.
they see this? Because it doesn't even take a moment. The second the door, as Marco had view of everyone first, but wasn't really like, I've got to look out for the other people. As soon as the door for Gareth to get a point of view, they would have been like, shit. At least in their minds. So how would they? How does that show up? How does that manifest in the body?
There's a life skill called I am not surprised. Not really that surprised. It's just a matter of, well, great, Shiva got here faster than I thought. Also, why? But, Garrett doesn't know this person. This person is a guest. So Garrett is gonna act like this is the first time he's ever met this person. This is the first time Gareth has ever met this person. That's not a lie. Noelle, on the other hand.
Annalise is going to be like, please have a seat.
Hi.
Wait, just to, of course, pointing to the new person who's entered the room being Lady Consuela, but sending side glances to each of their attendants as well. The etiquette for this situation for servants would be to just stand by the corner of the room, as you can see some servants have done on either side of Ikar, with Grella being to his side, and the one attendant with Annalise being Fen, who is currently blocking the
I was like,
passage
do I
that leads to the
recognize
upper
them? It's like,
side.
oh, that doesn't help. Garrett's gonna
It's just
stand in the
Annalise, right?
corner.
Yeah,
No,
Fen is like is eyeballing like straight at you. He's looking directly at you. He's not looking at anybody else,
I
just
don't know who this
Gareth.
man is. I don't know who this man is. I'm not looking at this man. And
You're not looking him in the eye.
not directly. It's impolite for a servant to be looking at somebody else.
They were in this situation. They are also a servant.
Well, Noel's debating which he is in this moment. Is he currently the runaway son? Or is he the servant Gareth in this moment? Just them, right? That he recognizes from the entourage?
Those are the
It's
only
just
two
his
people who
sister and his dad?
Yeah, those are the only two openly drow people in this room.
Oh, cool. No, Gareth is gonna stand in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to
Take
wonder, why the fuck are they here? Mostly to
line
himself.
getting into file with the other servants. Since
Hmm?
now the attention is back. Now, in the brief moment of where do I put my eyes that just transpired, and Marco trying to keep a straight face, Ikar senses the moment of pause. Like, does anybody recognize each other here? Have I been left out of some loop of sorts?
It's
Well,
definitely my first time meeting Lady Annalise. And I like open my fan like with a smile. Like I'm keeping my smile, but like I'm staring at Annalise like, oh, I'm being dragged into family problems yet again.
now, well, please have a seat, and we'll see what news Lady Annalise has brought us. As he pulls the chair out and gestures for you to sit in it.
Right, I'll take the seat.
And Grella would be like indicating for Iris to be like line up here with a like little,
Okay.
and then the doors immediately get closed behind everybody. By the people that opened them.
Orchid's gonna try our best to pay attention to Grella and everybody else. Well, except for Mako. And maybe a little bit for Noelle, but mainly her. So she does things correctly.
Well, it's fine. Don't worry about him.
Yeah, sure he is.
He's not here
Everything
right now.
seems fine. Yeah,
Exactly.
right.
Noel's fine. Gareth is doing just fine too.
That's believable. I believe that Noelle isn't even here, but Gareth, oh no. I hope he doesn't crack.
Gareth knows how to keep his cool. He's fine.
Iris is nothing but a polite servant, so she's gonna mind her business and be quiet.
Hmm. That's not what you want. Anyway, get out of my way. Damn, that's a lot of fucking people. Jeez. Oh wait, there was that. Up. There's a lot of people here. Who wants to? You know what? Just for some extra stuff, who wants to do the roles for Annalise for me?
Oh.
Do it, I guess. Do it for Sister Dearest. Fuck her, but I'll do it. I volunteer
Give me a role,
sacrifice.
please.
D20, just a D20.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Roll poorly, sis. Roll poorly, she did. I did.
Ooh.
Roll poorly.
5.
Yeah.
It's a 5. I
Okay.
don't know if that's a good thing. 5 is a bad number.
Uh, the only person to be looking directly at Annalise at the moment, from my understanding, out of you three, would be Marco anyway. So they're the only ones that can try and ascertain what's going on in their head right now. Unless you want to look at their face, any of you two. Same goes for dear old Ethan. Ethan. That'll do.
Well, might be
This
looking
poor
at his
guy.
dad because also, what the fuck? Sir, what the fuck?
Okay, well, if after getting into line while they're sitting down, I assume Gareth to glance at Ethan to be like, "What the fuck?" And
What the
you just
fuck with my eyes?
his eyes are immediately just locked with you the entire time, and his expression hasn't changed. You can tell his expression has been the same this entire time. I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing?
Father dearest, oh my god.
What the fuck doing? What the
Your
fuck I
parents
doing? What
walk
the
on
fuck you doing?
He is like a glance at your outfit, being like, really?
your parents walked in on you cosplaying. What is happening right now?
Why question his son's hobbies? Can't he support them?
Noel side glancing at his sister, blatantly sitting there, and then back at him with his eyes and going, "What the fuck?"
His eyes widen and is like, Is
A
go
part of
back
me
to
I was gonna say a part of me suspects that Orchid is seeing all this eye contact being passed in between everybody.
Yeah, I
It's the
can
most
if they
see
subtle
stop
that
looking
father
as
at
and son
well.
conversation
it's
they're having.
yeah
This is the
if
most
you
that they're
it's
ever going to
yeah,
converse, okay?
yeah this is the if you've stopped looking at Gwella for a moment, this would be pretty easy to tell since Gareth is directly opposite you. But that's if you stop looking at Gwella for a moment.
Yeah, no, she's just making sure she doesn't mess up, but she's looking around and particularly towards Gareth. And yeah, she'll probably see all that lovely eye contact.
She's
Yeah,
trying to be subtle
even
about this, though.
yeah,
Subtle
it's
about this.
Erfin's doing all of this with his eyes. It's just like completely seriously. It's
They're
very
wiggling
much it's more like
eyebrows.
disappointment. Like honestly, really, just like this
Awkward.
is what's
Well,
going on right
just
now.
subtly squints his eyes just a little bit, glances down at himself, then back at his father, like, he could convey in words that at least I'm more dressed up than usual. Shut up. I don't want to hear
Yeah.
this from his eyes. He would. I don't.
The
Annalise isn't
shade.
noticing
This
any of
from
this,
you.
is she?
This is a very much like you could do better with your disguise. Like, come on.
Dang, that's crazy. He's disguise shaming with his eyes.
Maybe this could work for a Dre noble, but for us, like no.
How do I convey with my eyes that it's not like I was expecting them to be here, so I'm not dressing up for them? I'm
I
dressing up
probably
for
is very much.
somebody else.
I imagine it's very much of you just like, well, excuse me. That's pretty much it.
What a lovely dynamic. I love these
Subtly.
two.
just subtly close my eyes long enough for him to realize that I have no words to say back. My eyes either. Noel is well
Okay.
aware this is a very flimsy disguise, but you know what? Already. At least he with his pants fucking down, so this is fine. At least dressed.
Yet.
Ethan's looking at him like, okay, and then he goes back to complete, it's like a statue. He's more of a decoration at this point.
Very pretty decoration, that's what he is.
Yeah, he's got cosmetics to make sure that any imperfections aren't there. They've had a change of clothes at some point, which you have no idea how they got. Right, as it is still in ceremonial illustrative clothing. I think so. They must have either packed heavy or somehow got more supplies delivered to them. And his sword polished as always. And back to more obvious, more direct. Even that doesn't really fit for this situation. More overt conversements. Annalise. Now, while I would love to go back to what we were talking about before, I believe we have to address a unfortunate rumor that has been associated with recently. Yeah, I was like, I'm sorry, I haven't heard of any such negative rumor. Well, I've heard you've been harboring a citizen of our family, and I believe you understand how much of an issue that would be. Is to just look at any elf in the vicinity, and then the others around the attendants of the balcony. Now, you can try and hide who you are from your sister if you want, and it'll be difficult. Do you want to try rolling for it? It would be very difficult.
Fuck, well, I'm
God.
pretty sure I'm gonna fail regardless, but
Distraction.
it's better I
Smoke
try
bomb.
than I...
Tobacco.
Better you
Do
try.
something. Turn up the chime.
What are we doing? What are we doing exactly?
Would it be
I think this would be a
deception?
disguise kit check.
Oh.
This is purely
Just
this is
what?
purely dex
Charisma?
and proficiency.
X. X at proficiency. That's only a 7 at most. Oof. Let's go dex check. No, that's not how you roll.
Mikey, give me a d20 roll.
Please.
Fine.
She also knows you, bestie. She also knows you.
Nuh-uh.
Can
We don't know each other at all.
No,
I don't want
while
to
you're rolling
participate
this,
in...
this is gonna be Annalise's roll.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
No,
Yeah, I
my
hope you
roll
failed.
20 is not
Okay.
working.
Fail.
Use
fail,
whatever you
fail.
want.
I succeed. I will do.
Haha!
9. Oh, great.
That's a
Great.
27
Haha! I rolled a
Oh.
9!
with my modifiers. Not 20. Ooh. Good. This is fine. Well, yeah, that should be a 27. That's good to know. 27. Ooh. I hope her modifiers are shit. hope.
Okay, what did you roll, Mikey?
I rolled a 9.
Shit, please, shit. Please let your ego get the best of you, sis. I hope your narcissism wins. Please don't notice me. Don't notice me.
He's
I'm
like,
just
nah, no
I'm
way,
but a
no
mere
way he'd wear
servant."
something so stupid. No way he'd do that. He's not that stupid.
Nah, no way he'd that stupid. Nah, no way he'd be right in front of me in that getup. Nah. I hope her ego wins. I hope your narcissism wins, sis. If you don't realize that I'm this stupid too.
Well, at least in this moment, when her eyes do pass over you, but don't, and rest for a moment, but pass back and to Ikar. So, if you don't mind, before we continue any further, we would appreciate your compliance in letting us dismiss this rumor. Ikar's like, I most of my guests are already in this room. And looks at Lady Consuela from his perspective.
I just, I just kind of nod. Like, yep, you're right. Like, that's it. That's everyone. Everyone is pretty much in this room.
I, the only other people who aren't in here are kobolds and Dynastinian in Archmage, so I'm not quite sure what else you would really you expect me to do. Oh, it's nothing really. I'd like a closer look if that's okay.
Mm,
Looking at some of his staff. Looks at. I can bring any elven staff here if you want, and I'm sure they would be okay with it. Thank you. As he brings in, asks Squella to go get them, and then looks at. Is it back at you again? To check that you would be okay with them getting a closer look. If this is what my guest needs, so long as they are also being respectful, it should be fine. Though my other guests would also have their own personal say. At least, well, Lady Consuela, would you mind if we dispel this rumor ourselves?
I look at the car and I look back at my two attendants. Are they trying to signal me something that I should say no to this? Do they wanna?
hmm. sure it's fine, right? You said dispel the room,
Sure,
or
it's
that's what she's trying to do.
fine.
It's fine. What do we have to
Yeah,
hide
just
spell
dispel
wise, as
the
far as I'm
rumor.
aware? I don't know, but I'm sure it's
Huh?
fine.
I look at the car. Well, I take my attendants' opinions very seriously, but it seems that they don't mind. It's fine. Let us dispel it, as you say.
Yeah, I just remember we still have our sigils, so our panic thoughts could probably
Ew.
be passing along to each other.
You can't do it to Margot though.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
just
unfortunate.
gonna
but
have to base it off the
Kristen,
expression of you guys.
but Orchid and Iris and Gareth can totally be vibing in their heads together.
Yeah, one brain cell.
Ugh. On Rain
Yeah.
Cell.
They're both acknowledging, yep, this is bad. Yep, awful, terrible.
This is fine. Everything is fine. Thank God that Bazaar was not here, or else we would have been really fucking screwed. We would have screwed the
Oh yeah, for
pooch with
sure.
that one.
I'm glad I
Hmm.
took my
Oh
gauntlets
my God,
off
he's
before
not here.
coming in here. That would have been
Yeah, they would
also
have
pretty.
recognized that gauntlet.
Uh,
It's Kucher wearing a veil too. Oh my god. We should have put
yep.
Nova in a veil as well.
That would
It's all
be too
fine.
obvious, you know? That's too obvious.
I guess we just give nods of approval to Miss Consuela. Like, of course. They can do as they please.
Yeah. Welcome us back. Now, once we have this issue sorted out, we can go back to talking about how we can benefit each other as representatives of our own respective ruling regions. I'm sure you could do with some improvements to your area. I've heard you've been struggling with trying to keep everybody happy and expanding. And not losing people at can be so difficult. I appreciate that. No. I can't say I'm pleased with with this surprise inquiry. Oh, I must apologize. That is quite common amongst nobles of Athens. It's, well, it's not here. With that, Annalise will stand up, and as some more people are brought in, it's not too many elves here. Yeah, so it won't take long. It's closer to some of them. Beckons Earthen to come closer. Then starts making their way down. Nope. Nope. It's narrowed it down. Narrows it down. It's now 3 people left, including Gareth. Earthen's now blocking the door. invest the people who aren't who were elves and weren't necessary for this to leave. Getting closer first each time. Annalise is a bit closer. Noel would be able to see that they are looking a little frayed in their eyes. A slight manic expression.
She's so crazy.
That sounds normal. Yeah, no, that sounds
Oh god.
about like
God.
everyday normal. What do you mean?
They don't seem to have
Crackheads.
been sleeping very well at least.
Oh,
Is there like
she's
tea
on the
right now?
precipice.
Is there tea being served right now? Because I got a sip. Oh god.
There's some
It's,
light snacks and tea on the table.
Yeah, I'll sip as this is going on to calm my nerves.
I'm sure Orchid can't help but stare at like Annalise going down the line of people. Like, oh god.
Yeah, you'd seen F in the corner of your eye looks back at you. You as in to see like why you're looking at them, trying to figure out what intention you have at looking at them, and focusing back on Annalise when they realize you're just tense.
This is an understatement in this moment.
It's like in horror movies when like the killer is like slowly kicking open
I
stall
know.
doors.
That's what
We go
it
to a
is.
chef. Let me see your hand.
Huh? She's looking at hands now?
Yep.
Oh,
And as they
Boy.
look at
She tried
Ikan,
to-
Ikan's like, uh, it's okay. Go ahead. And put the hands forwards. Not you. Yeah.
What is she trying to look for? Wait, what is she trying to look for? I know! What is she looking for?
Next one.
Hey, what is this? What is the psycho looking for?
Asks Gareth to show their hands as well. Hands.
Table. I am wondering, what is she looking for? I will do as she says, but I am curious what she's looking for.
Yeah. Too similar. Okay, next. Need to pass that. Can I
Oh,
check their ears?
Oh shit.
Noel gets secret birthmarks we don't know about.
he doesn't, though.
It's the
I would
ear
know
shape.
because I've
People, even
explicitly
this. Mm,
said what the marks were document. There are no ones.
Um, it's fine with me, Lady Consuela. Uh,
what are they asking Mappa to do?
is it okay if they check your attendance here?
I look at like the two again. Sure.
I focus on Gareth. I don't
Gareth is
think
just
she's checking Orchid
confused.
at
But if
all. Because
they
she's human.
opposed to
Gareth is just
anything,
at this point is confused.
I'd prefer if you respect their boundaries.
Things are quite different here. Yeah, you guys, are you comfortable going in? Saying, yeah. Okay, go ahead. She up to the one to the left of Gareth has been brought in. in some kind of squire
Oh
that
no.
hasn't been changing for very long. Touches the earlobe and along it. Nope. You can leave. And what's your name? Now looking at Gareth.
Who is she? It's Anna doing the checking, right?
Yep.
Hello? Okay, just double checking because Discord's been disconnecting.
What's your name?
Gareth.
Now face to face with Gareth. Gareth. Okay. Okay, make a deception check.
Okay. Oh, don't fuck me now. Now's not the time to be doing that.
I've already rolled for
Deception.
this one for Anna. I decided a new dice was needed.
Oh man.
But
Oh,
9,
oh,
I
oh,
rolled,
go
wasn't
take a.
it?
I feel like I'm pulling teeth with this one.
I was kind of dying
It's a
here.
dirty
This
20.
this is not how I
Dirty
want
20?
to recover.
See, a slight settling of the eyes. It's like, okay. Okay, and lifts the hand up to start to feel your earlobe. There's along where your ears pierced.
Mm.
Uh-huh. That's a problem. How? I ask as rest like, how's that the problem? Uncommon to have piercings though. Me saying this is not speaking. This is me as a player saying this. Is it
Yeah.
custom to? Is it weird to have a piercing? I ask loudly now.
She see you.
I look at her and not directly because it's impolite for an attendant to make eye contact with somebody of the
The fingers touching your ear. You feel it get cold all of a sudden.
I don't react because I genuinely do not know what is happening. Both in game and in real life. What is happening? Why is she copping a feel in my ear?
What did you use
This is all
to
sorts
change
of
the color of
this
your
is all
ear?
sorts of weird.
What did you use to change the color of
What
your
was it?
ears?
I am trying to remember what it's called, but I don't think you and I explicitly talked about what was inside the disguise kit. But
It's some kind of makeup,
this
yes.
part he would have tried to... It is, but I can't remember what type of makeup it was. We didn't discuss it in full. We weren't that... Well, I had to double check if it's in the description of the disguise kit what's inside besides... Just
Can you
says
make
cosmetics and hair dye. It's not very specific. Not super specific.
You go to cast prestidigitation on your ear. You can't. It's a little startled at that. Seconds. And your ear has been cleaned.
Shit, did the color show?
Unlikely if she's
If
using
s-
prestidigitation to clean it. It's makeup, guys. It's not like he had magic on because he didn't want to.
I,
Could have
I
actually.
know.
He totally could.
Looks like the smoke bombs are gonna be necessary.
Is it over? Are we
So,
going combat?
so
Over.
let me ask you guys: what do you think would happen to New and Ia if it had been instantaneously cleaned and it was covered in makeup?
That's gonna
Oh
look
no, what are we
weird.
cleaning?
That's
Are we
unless
cleaning dirt or
there's no
makeup?
more ego. Are we removing?
Maybe the makeup looks
Are
cleaner
we
now.
cleaning the ear of the face it's attached to? What are we talking about?
Maybe
Like
it's
That's
better
what?
makeup.
What do you mean? Are
Cleaning
they
an
like
face it's
yeah,
attached to?
yeah,
Yeah, you
or
can be a
are
little
they
bit more
like
specific. Don't
cleaning
be
the
vague with
almost
this.
internally like
Are you
Think
wearing makeup,
positively.
Gareth?
He's ugly, he has to.
Don't say that. I look at Mako because I'm not sure if I should answer that question.
If I can see you without
I am
makeup,
her for her
my
station.
suspicions will be cleared.
Say that you have ugly scars and you don't feel comfortable showing them.
How about the mask then? Let's take that off.
She's saying, "What mask?"
I look at
Boundaries.
uh Gareth and I'm like, I can defend you, but you're gonna have to like do this by yourself for now.
We need a distraction. Random
I
terrorist
believe
attack.
it's unnecessary
Look,
for
looks
you
at Lady
to
Consuela.
say that this is a mask.
You're literally wearing a
I
mask
believe it's
to change
not
your
a
eye color,
crime.
correct?
Oh. Was
I thought
that
you were
what it
wearing
was? The
contacts or
mask? I was
something.
thinking. I thought I changed into contacts, but then I forgot about the mask until Luke mentioned.
Contacts are much
That's on
harder to
me.
come by. Remember, contacts are much harder to come by.
I thought it said it was in the disguise kit or something. Contacts or I don't know.
No,
What did I say?
the one
I
in
don't
the
know
disguise
anything.
kit is contacts. Not contacts. Sorry, cosmetics. The other C word, cosmetics and hair dye. And
Oh, hair dye.
Contacts would not be easy to get, especially not in this area. Yeah. So I believe you've been using a mask to keep it. This mask is completely unfamiliar to Annalise, and they've never seen it before. No. But they would like to see what's under the mask. Looks at Lady Consuela. Can I take this one's mask off now?
If he
making a
says
face that
yes,
says this is becoming wildly uncomfortable now.
Even Orchid is like looking over at Mako like, no, I don't think that I don't. Oh god.
Ika's like, you don't have to if you don't want to. So this is quite. Lord Losen, the ways of people in Dre are much different to the ways of Illustran. So, if you don't mind, I'd like to handle this our way. Maybe in Athens it would be allowed, Lady Illustran. But this is my home. And you are not permitted to do anything that would make my guests uncomfortable. So I will ask this time. Gareth and Lady Illistrand, remove your mask.
Close my eyes. I would like the lady to refrain, for she is making me deeply uncomfortable in this moment, my lord. I dare not open my eyes to this conversation.
You heard them, so if you could please give them some space. Leans back a little bit. That's fair enough. She looks at Erfen. She nods at Erfen. I'm gonna need a deck save from Noelle.
She's about to knock it off your face or something.
I'm not. She's gonna fucking slit my throat. Is what she's gonna. Oh my god!
Uh-oh.
Why is it not? I'll have to do it manually.
It's taking its
That's a
time.
7. No, it's
You
not
need to
even clicking. That's the problem.
Punch your sister in the boob.
Bad.
Oh,
That's bad. Hold on.
Oh,
No, it's not.
6.
It's not good. That's only a 13. That's nope. Whatever it is, I am going to
Can I soul scales and make sure that freaking mask stays on?
What was that?
Oh, wait,
Okay.
no, that doesn't gonna work. That isn't gonna work.
How inappropriate would
Because
it?
it's
No,
only
no,
making
no,
it
no.
heavier.
How
I was gonna say, how
inappropriate?
inappropriate
Very
would it be to
Inappropriate.
get involved?
How
I was gonna
inappropriate.
say for her to get involved or Orchid, I mean, and like if she is like going to attack him or something, but I thought I mean it'd probably be pretty inappropriate. But
I'm ready to
like
die.
if she's about
What
to
do you
attack
think?
him,
Oh,
I mean if she's
sorry.
about
I
to
don't know
attack
why
him,
that-
I'm gonna be
not what I was
allowed.
clicking. This is
Attacking
him or
somebody would very much be
turn.
unallowed.
Yeah, attacking or touching
Uh-huh.
him without his permission. Like if she were like Orchid were to, get involved by like attempting to stop whatever motion, it wouldn't be wrong because she's committing acts of probable violence. You know.
It'd still be wrong for a servant to be like, "Wah!" in the middle of something.
Well, in also Orchid's defense, she is a servant of
Noelle, anything
Mako.
either.
She is a servant of Mako's in particular. So like the only person that could
But you
scold her
just tell
for
me
it
what you
would
want.
be
You tell me
Mako.
what you want to do, and if you feel like, and then you just tell me if you think it's a good idea, and if you actually want to do it.
Tell you if it's a good
Say it out
idea.
loud.
No, it's not a good idea. But I'm thinking that if it's like an attack or something close to that, like I would assume to get Noel's mask off without his permission, then a part of me wants Orchid to just like move to like stop that. Even though I know it probably won't happen in a sense because, well, Noelle's dad is over there, and she's gonna be losing that 1v1. But just an attempt, I suppose.
You want to attempt
To
what?
stop it.
Oh,
To
Stop
what do you
her
want to
from
attempt to
taking off the
stop it?
mask if she's attempting to take off his mask, then I want to attempt to stop that by like, I don't know, getting in the way, or I don't want to touch her. I'm scared of her.
Okay, give me an initiative roll to see if you're fast enough. And if you're fast enough, I'll tell you what's happening.
Can I can I make that dagger heavier
I'm scared.
if I see it fly.
You wanna make a dagger, one of his
Scared.
weapons
How
heavier?
I feel being in front of her.
Yeah, so it just drops.
I
It's
know
like
you're in
it's
front, but I'm getting involved. It's
midair,
like
right?
stepping in.
You can also over encumber him if you make him heavy enough.
Why would I want to step in front of a gun? I don't
God.
know what she's got going on, but I don't suspect it's great.
Stop in front of the cup either.
But I'll roll. I'll roll.
Noelle doesn't know, but we're right here.
No, no, no! It's a 6. I rolled a 6. What a great number, honestly. It's one number away from my
We
lucky
are
number.
doing well today.
Yeah, that won't cut it.
And if the shoe
Nope.
had to drop, yeah, I mean, if the shoe had to drop anytime soon, it was gonna drop.
If Orchid
Some
wanted to do
point.
something, they wouldn't get a chance to do it before this action takes place. You got a 7 on the deck save.
You got a 7?
Is that what you got? You got a 7
Or are you
from
asking?
Noelle.
I got a 13. I didn't add the modifiers. It was
13.
a 6 plus 7. It's not gonna
Okay.
fail.
It's
Make a
pretty
new
good.
character soon.
You know. You
it's
man-
No.
not. That's
You
not
managed to
good
you managed
for
to
me.
pull away when a hand comes streaking towards your face. It's the first time.
Uncomfortably close.
The first time. There are
First
multiple.
time.
Thus multiple
Maybe-
chances.
First time?
But
Hey, first time for me, first
Roll
time
again.
for her. Whose first time? Oh, fuck. What
Who's
I-
rolling again?
Oh. Me. Me. Me, I guess. Why is it not rolling? What?
if you have actual dice, you can use those or
Me.
D&D Beyond or whatever you want.
Trust my. I mean, have dice that I trust. Maybe I don't know how. Is this look for dice? Oh, that's not.
Are you gonna
that's
use
not
your
bad.
dice button?
That's a 10. I did. I rolled. It's a 10. I shouldn't have rolled it on the table. I
The
should have rolled
second
it in
one, the first one
10 plus
was a bit
7, that's
hesitant. The
17.
second one strikes
Right,
out.
17.
No, the second one strikes
It's
out immediately
17.
towards your face as Earthen grabs the middle of your mask and pulls it straight up and puts it into one of their pockets as you needed a 21.
Oh
Somebody
shit.
get
Yeah,
involved. This is his rights as a person.
Out of curiosity, I'm just gonna roll it here. Oh, it's just as bad. It would have been the same. Whatever. Never mind. I just wanted to know.
He was rolling just a straight dex check, and you had to beat that with a dex save. So you had the advantage.
I can't beat him. That's if I knew I was up against him. I knew I was
Your
already
dex
on a
save is higher
losing
than his
battle
flat
here.
dex mod.
I would
Barely.
say
With
it's
a
but
nothing.
it is.
17? Yeah, no, I wasn't winning with that 17.
You rolled a
10 plus
15,
7
so
solution.
21. You had a higher modifier being a dex save against a straight dex.
Yeah, but yeah, that's not including his dex modifier. Other is a
No,
lot
that is
faster
his
than.
dex mod is +6. If he was attacking you, then that would be a +12. But he's not attacking you, so
No, it's not attacking
What
me.
a scene! I would
You
say
keep my
if Orchid has done
eyes open.
anything,
I'm
she's
putting my
probably
eyes closed.
attempted.
while
Like I
Ika
said.
immediately stood up.
Yeah, I also stand up because
Yeah, I was gonna
What
say
the
Orchid
heck?
probably took a step forward, but like not just a step. Like oh
Yeah.
god.
Noel has kept his eyes closed this entire time. I have blind sense. I have blind sense. It's fine.
Yeah, that's how you were able to react. You meant and avoid the first
And
hand,
eat
but the
as well.
second hand came in momentarily, and like you said, he was much faster than you. As soon as he grabs your mask, he stores it away, goes towards the door, opens it, leaves, closes it behind him. And the person who has a problem has left, so he doesn't even know what to think now. No, and it's just like,
Is Annalise still in the room?
yeah, Annalise is still in the room, just Efren's left.
Nope. Keeping my eyes closed. Fuck that.
Get on the ground, start
Even
hello.
worse to
crying.
keep
Like,
my
my
eyes on.
face, my face. Because you're hideous. Hideous. Phantom of the Opera-esque. Ugly.
For the most part, if I'm
Hello,
recollecting this correctly in my memory,
and well.
the eyes is the only thing that changes, right? But the mask only changes his eye color, and the rest is still makeup for the most part. But unless she's removed that, then
It's pretty. I'd be pretty surprised if you couldn't recognize somebody. Somebody when you have a
oh,
straight.
this is Noel just deluding himself into thinking maybe she really wouldn't give a damn. No, he forgot. I forgot that.
Ah, hello, Anwell. Uh, yeah, say what do you,
Respond.
this is completely on out of the question of appropriate. What do you sees as Noel's face? Yes, thank you for taking such good
Noel has
care
not
of
opened his eyes
my
at all.
little brother. But now, if you excuse me, this would be an international issue. Car is like stunned, shocked for a moment. International issue? Yes, it would be an international issue. You have come into my home and borderline assaulted one of my guests under the false pretense of forming friendly negotiations with me. Oh, please. No, if you would, please leave. If we can address this at some future date when you aren't lying to my face about why you're here. Yeah. Then, and Leon enters the room from the opposite side. Now, I appreciate that this was more than some of us expected. Let's set Noel again back at Annalise. Lady Illustran, and if you want to deal with this, you will have to handle it civilly and honestly. And you don't seem capable of that. So please leave. As Leon gets closer. So. Who wants to vote for Annalise for me?
Not me.
Sure, I'll do it.
Not me.
Whoever
Just
rolls
a
first.
plain 20, right?
Yep, D20. I'll add the mods.
10.
I need.
Like I'm gonna throw
this.
up.
Where did I put those? I put them there. Here we go. Let's see how the new dice rolls. This.
God, I'm sweating.
You're welcome.
I think I feel
How
like I'm
dare
gonna
you?
throw up. All my snacks are gonna
Yeah.
This
cool.
is awesome.
I'm
Any minute
so
now.
sick. Look, what have
So
you
glad it's not
done?
me.
I
Ooh,
feel like I'm gonna get
relax.
sick.
Want to take a
I think I
break?
should go back to the
We
doctor
can come back
later.
to this later.
Hey, you don't need to. You're lagging behind with that reaction.
There they are. Now
I
let's
feel
see
like I
what the
threw up in
result
my
is.
mouth a little bit.
I
You
feel
don't watch
that.
this down.
Let's keep it going.
That's 13.
It's a 13 for who? Annalise?
Hey, Car, you were rolling for Annalise.
Oh, 10 and 13.
Yes, that will be so.
Farewell,
Car will get
friends.
his way.
Car will get with what?
Car will get his way.
Okay.
Oh,
At least this
he's
time.
gonna listen?
Thank God.
Shocking. Shocking.
He moves away from Gareth. I want to pat you on the shoulder real quick. Take care of yourself. I'm
I
going to
still
get
continue to
permission.
say nothing.
And when I have permission, don't think you can escape me twice.
Well, technically speaking, we have escaped her twice. This would be the third time. I mean, the next time would be the third time. I'm sure there's going to be a next
I
time.
don't want to correct the cycle
There
on
will
her
be a
math,
next
but
time.
Yeah,
there's gonna be a next
this
time.
would be the second time.
While that is
Gareth is
happening,
not gonna say
I'm gonna
anything.
whisper to Icar with a stern look. A word.
Has Anna left the room? Confirm or deny?
And she walks out
She
quite
gone.
happily. Usually, if
What an
Earthen
a-hole.
opens the door as she approaches, sends a look, closes it behind her, and you can hear the steps leave. If Ikar is looking at Noelle a bit while you're whispering in the ear, I think that would be appropriate.
Sigh escapes me.
And I look at Gareth. Gareth, we are going to have a word and you are staying in this room.
Leon, I'm going to need to have a
Mako says
conversation
that,
with Gareth once I'm done having a conversation with my fiance. So if you excuse us, says, please keep everybody here. Everybody else can leave.
your leave, my lady.
Let's head back to my office, Lady Consuela.
I nod, just like let him lead the way.
Also, Leon, it seems we're going to have some more serious opposition lately. Increase security on the house. Okay, let's go. Before Leon gets a word in. He does seem to be tense, is a word, as he was a bit confused during the conversation and didn't want anybody being comfortable, but now he seems a little angry. Goes to the guard in front. Nathan, no one comes inside. Right. If you hear anything, the silence has been turned off, and I'm either coming out or a problem has occurred. Opens the door. Oh, some wind coming in through the window. Though a light flickers on flickers off, is off, and then you can't hear the wind coming through the window anymore. Shall we begin? And as he gestures for you to enter the room.
Where is Noel right now? Are they like behind?
They are still at the dining room. That is about as a few minutes walk from here.
All right. I enter the room.
Close behind, and you
So
can hear the
fucking
window
stupid.
again. Yeah, but nothing outside of it. He closes the window. So it turns to look at you. Why did you lie to me?
What part is the lie?
Is that why you brought him here?
Gareth, well, in this case, Noel is my attendant. We had a contract. We have a deal. And I was not made aware of his identity.
So you didn't know?
No, I was not aware. I made a deal with Noel.
So that's the name you know.
Yes, that's the name I know.
Not this Anwell. That's
No,
Lady Illustrand calls him.
no.
How much do you know about Noel's circumstances? And you see
As
like
far
a
as
click
I
in his head.
know,
Ah, that explains that.
as far
Anyway,
as I know, and she's like thinking if she should like just come out and say and talk about the children. And she kind of like sighs. All that I know is that they're working for someone in Dry, and it would be my benefit if I help them out. Especially because when I was on my way here, I was detained for quite some time. And I actually ran into Liam.
Liam Lokar.
Yes.
How, you see that
Teleportation.
he was looking very intently before. Now he's just now he's a little confused.
I know you're not involved in schemes that's happening right now. That's why I've chosen to tell you this.
He's looking at you. He seems very confused now. He was not expecting to hear Liam's name at all. He's trying to figure something out.
Can I insight?
There is you would literally have to read his mind to be able to tell
Oh,
what on
okay.
earth he is thinking now, because it is such a specific thing that he's thinking about right now. He is very clearly trying to figure out how that fits in with it's in to the information he has.
But yeah, I just say one word. Teleportation. Like he would probably know that like things go haywire with teleportation, right?
Like not everybody does, but he's been researching it, so he probably knows. Ah, it misidentified Liam as me. Okay.
Well, yes, I have never really seen your portrait or anything, just a description.
Okay.
Anyway,
That
I
seems
was
to have
in the same
resolved
room,
the conflict in his head.
and the one who rescued me was in fact Nobel and Iris, who in this case is Orchid.
Ah, so that but fake names today, it seems.
Unfortunately, but you can be rest assured with Bizarre. And I was like, those are real.
Oh. It seems you're unaware of binds Noel's circumstance put me into. Which is good, I suppose.
If I knew, I wouldn't have made a deal with him in the first place.
Yeah, it's got the smile becomes a little more genuine. Well, well, it's- before I go talk to Noel or Anwell or whatever he calls himself, let's make one thing clear then. This doesn't change anything between the two of us.
I don't believe so. Would you like it to change?
For now, I'm more concerned with this issue, fortunately. So I can't answer such a complex question. I just want you to make sure you know that I don't care that you lied. I was more concerned about why. If we're going to make this work, I don't need to trust you not to lie. I need to trust that when you do, you'll have the best interests of our responsibilities in mind.
Huh. Like, Mako is a little surprised by that, but she's like, kinda keeps calm. She's a There's a little bit of a blush there, but like she doesn't. She kind of hides her face with the fan, and then she just like says, "Well, I do have to tell you, Noel confided in me that he knows of you. I think that the two of you have some history, though I never
They have
asked
quite a bit of
about."
explaining to do, as far as I'm concerned.
Yes,
So I'm going to need to resolve this. Sorry that our first meeting had to go and be ruined like that, but I am surprised as his finger starts tapping on, on his desk even while he's standing. So I'm gonna have to go talk to them. Yeah, turns off, opens the door, gestures for you to leave.
right. Before like as like by the door, I like give him one look, and I'm like, don't be too harsh on Noel. I understand family problems.
I'm more
And
concerned about Emil. So,
ah,
yeah.
like nod and then like leave. But like I kind of like just stay near where his office is because like I'm thoroughly worried about the well and also Igor.
There's the guard nearby, so that gives you a nod.
I nod back.
Will you be waiting
Would
here?
you mind? Yes.
You won't be able to hear anything, unfortunately. When he's being cautious, he has this thing to keep sounds out.
No, I know. It's all right.
Yeah. Now
I need to
for
make sure they're both safe.
we'll have now in the brief moment of respite. What has been happening while Leon has been watching Noel or Gareth? While Iris was asked to leave,
Well,
as
has
some of
not
the
done
other
anything.
attendants. Yeah, so they've been standing there completely still while Leon just watches, completely bored.
They're just
Yep,
staring
he
at
still
each
has
other.
his eyes closed.
And
Not
Iris was
even.
supposed to
Noel has kept
leave
his eyes closed
with the
the
other
entire time.
attendants.
Sure was.
Mm-hmm.
Anything happen as they were being ushered out? Out? Did they comply? Did they say anything to Noel?
Probably. She probably didn't say anything.
You have decision
Uh,
too.
and she probably complied and just left as they wanted. I mean, she probably did look back briefly, like things did not go out well, but she's going to listen. She doesn't want to. It's not like
Okay.
she'll. There's no reason for her to stay, as far as she's aware. I think.
Okay. So it's just Leon and Noel. Leon sat down while waiting for instructions and starts eating some of the food that nobody touched from the table. He's got some paint on near his hands, so he gets some on the table. Oh, he's making himself comfortable. Somebody's gonna have to clean this later. And you really must have pissed the guy off. He usually doesn't get that serious with me. When was the last? Have I seen him?
Wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, you know him better than I do. Interesting.
I don't know if that's a fortunate or unfortunate thing in this situation. I guess this conversation will dictate where he lies with me, I suppose.
I forgot. I forgot to write that thing down
Why?
from earlier. Hopefully, I remember it well enough. Anyway, Yep.
I hope you do, buddy.
Grella come in at some point. Point looks at you.
She's looking at me.
Yeah. Grella would have been here when you were here.
I suppose it's. Is it time to have the conversation with the Lord already?
Just looking at you.
Is there something on my face that should possibly not
Well,
be
the
there?
makeup, yeah, that probably shouldn't be there. that he was certain you wouldn't
this
come
point.
back. He was certain.
Oh,
I was so sure as well that I wasn't going to come back either, but fate does very funny things, Gorilla.
so romantic. Oh, God.
So they know each other? Oh, Paul?
What?
Noelle also knows Guella?
Well, if he was dating her boss, you know, it would make sense for them to know each other.
Yeah, that's true. Makes sense. Oh my god, it's the ex.
Not a
It's the
very
ex
romantic
for the first
encounter, but you
time.
know, we'll get there.
The fucking claws and pigeons
Y'all
outside.
are so
They're like,
fucked
ooh,
up.
tea!
The
So
fucking
tea!
crows of pigeons.
We have to get a good look.
Tea!
Squad, need a better look. It's
Yeah, these fucking pigeons be noisy out today.
not a pigeon, I'm a crow. Idiot.
Crows and pigeons. Damn, all the fucking birds in the Losen County, they've multiplied. Damn.
Sounds like
Bird
racism.
population has multiplied.
Go talk to your boyfriend. Squaw.
Resolve the unresolved tension. Squawk, squawk.
Is Gorilla still staring at me? Noella's
Sorry, staring
explicitly
at the
not
weird
making any
bird.
eye contact by keeping his eyes
We had a
closed.
brief pause. You had a brief pause. You're talking to the person with your eyes closed. Very weird. Weird, but whatever. There was a brief pause as the birds interrupted. There's just a bunch of them outside. And decided to take off. Probably just deciding to try to find a better place for the rain to hit, as a bunch of it just falls through the trees all at once from where it was building up and lands on top of them. Seems you won't have to deal with any sunlight for the rest of the day. At least not until night shows up, but who cares then?
Reassuring.
I haven't seen him that disappointed. No, that's not. I haven't seen him get so visceral in a while. So I have no idea how your conversation's going to go, but if you didn't know
Criticize.
about the extra context, I'm sure he would have been happy to have had you back.
Noel opens his eyes to glance at Growla. I'm sure that would have been the case, but circumstances are different now.
Yes, they are. She leaves. It's Liam. Liam's like, the fuck's going? Like,
I look at Leon.
I guess you do know people better than I do. You know what her name is? I have no idea.
My God.
It takes another
Do you even
bite.
remember most of the people's name here? Or are you
Mm.
just that focused with work?
Like, most people don't introduce themselves when they're servants.
I suppose they wouldn't. It's not that hard to make an effort to get to know people, you know. Especially of your caliber.
Mm. Hard to get to know a person when you can see through them, if you know what I mean. Takes another bite.
I guess I do, in a sense. But isn't that part of the challenge? just because you see through somebody doesn't mean you know every bit of them.
Oh, I spent a long time getting to know people. Oh, and after a while, I asked myself, why am I doing all this effort? And I realized I was doing it for them. and it was not what I wanted. So here I am. Takes another bite.
I suppose. So long as you're doing something that you want for yourself, I see nothing wrong with
I
that.
gotta go. Yep. Okay. Stands up. Cast prestidigitation to clean up the mess he made. Okay. So bye. Enjoy your conversation. She walks. Bye.
Noelle
Bye.
doesn't say anything. It's like, he knows
Taking
he's
out
not gonna
your-
enjoy this conversation.
Oh,
It's gonna go fine.
walks through it. Through it, you can, as they turn the corner, then Marco would be able to see them come out. As soon as they stop talking to the guard. As soon as you come through the door, Leon starts heading towards Marco.
Leon?
Little conflicted, are we? No? Yes?
Slightly.
His tired expression has relented a little bit.
And
Well,
then I look at the well. Wait, what
I'm
was
sure this
they were
situation
saying?
will be interesting for you to deal with. If I'm going back downstairs.
I look at the well
He can't
before he
opens the
enters
door.
the room. And I kind of whisper to Noel.
I give Mako a reassuring smile as best as I can, despite not feeling
I
it.
kind of like pat his back
Half-hearted at
and
most.
like tell him, I've told him your name and everything. It's up to you to be honest.
Don't worry. I think that's the only avenue I have left, and besides, it shouldn't be that hard talking to old acquaintances, right? He enters and follows. And through.
Okay, so this conversation is completely devoid of anybody else's detection whatsoever.
Yeah.
Do you want to do it in whispers, or do you want to throw it
Ah,
behind
fine.
out?
Let them hear it if they wanna. It's fine. It's
Oh
not
my
really a
god, yes.
secret.
Is it gonna be
We want
confirming
to see.
theories?
Let them have
Is
the
it confirming
We
theories?
want a
let them have the
boyfriend.
tea they want. I'm doing it for
Okay.
Oh
the
my god, we
pigeons.
were
I'm doing
right.
it
We
less
were
for
right
me. I'm
all
doing it for the
along.
pigeons.
No, the pigeons aren't in here. This is the flies. No, there wouldn't be flies in here either. This is the spiders.
I was right all along. Confirm my
They're just
theories.
spiders.
I'm waiting.
Yeah, just that's fine. Let them have it. But yeah, no. Noel enters the room and he's kept his eyes on the floor the entire time. He's
So-
sure it's just the two of them.
Noel.
Just the two of us?
What nickname are we using today? I wouldn't want to call you by the wrong
But
name.
before that, of course you wouldn't. You're too polite for that. Before
Do
we
you
do
understand?
start, I'd like to say that
Mhm.
Lady Mako had nothing to do with me and the issues that my supposed family has brought up today.
Don't
Fault
worry, I
completely
believe
lies
her.
with me.
That's not the issue.
100%. good. And,
I believe that much at
at the
least.
risk of sounding rather impolite already than whatever I already am at this point, well, I believe it's only right that I be honest with the Lord himself when it's presumably also not the first time we've met. And Noel makes eye contact with him. Not wearing the mask anymore, so his eye color's there. And as he was walking, he may have wiped some of the makeup off. Just more of his prominent features are more obvious, like the beauty marks near his lip and his eye. And my car would know. He's seen them before. It's nice to some age over the years, my lord. I suppose that you already have an issue you'd like to bring up with me. I would prefer it would just be me on stand today. Leave the rest out.
I think I would do something to your companions. Is that what you think?
Especially at this situation. I'm supposed to think at this point, really.
What are you supposed to think at this point? Right. I
Let
was
me
hoping
speak plainly
for
then. That's
an
easier to
explanation.
understand.
Yes, plainly, for
As
once.
to which
An explanation,
which part
please.
would you like an explanation for?
Everything.
How I'm your fiance? Why I'm here?
No, I don't. No,
It's a long story.
I have enough details on that from somebody who has actually told me some truth. So I would like an explanation from the person in front of me about the person in front of me. And you still didn't tell me what name to use.
I mean, which name would you rather prefer?
Name? I was hoping for Emil, but that doesn't seem to be accurate. So, what name?
By all rights, it's Anfrey. By history, it was Emil. Today, it was Noel. It really doesn't matter which name you use at this point. We're all me. Name as some of them were. None of what I did was ever quite a lie.
Is completely appalled. So it's completely fine because Emil is you, Noel is you, Antri is you. It's all fine because it's not really lying. Is that what you're saying? It's completely fine because you're not really lying. Well,
What would you even prefer for me to say in this moment? To lie to your face and say, no, that was not me, when clear was?
what I really want to talk about is my reunion with my friend Emil, but they don't exist. Apparently, I do not have such a friend. Or any, so I will settle for an explanation of the situation. Why was such details left out? You realize how much danger you have put my people into. I harbored you here for so long. If that gets out, my people are fucked. Do you not understand that? Why didn't you tell me?
And what? Risk more people in danger? A selfish, noble boy's decision to run away from his family? And what? Harbor himself the roof of an acquaintance in hopes that things will blow over? Had I known this would upset you in the least, I really would have suggested we did not pass through this area, but sometimes it can't be helped. And had I known that they would show up eventually, I would have explicitly left and never would have told you I was here to begin with, knowing full well this is exactly the type of reaction I was expecting. I don't fault you for it. I've absolutely fucked myself over with this decision, but some of this decision is not completely of my own liking either. So, you know, I have encountered them before. My sister and my father. And I have already said that I wouldn't have minded taken to spare the companions the issue of me. No, they risked their life and limbs for me under the pretense of our friendship. And so I stayed, avoiding my sister the entire time. And then, a fine day, during our travel, we encountered your fiance, the dungeons. And well, I think you already know how the rest of that story went and concluded nicely up to the present time. Why did I not tell you? I don't know. There were just a lot of complicated things from the past that I'd rather not have to bring up. It wasn't even aware you hinted up until more recently. Nobody knew, actually. Not until today, at least. And I thought I've kept that under wraps for so long. That a mill was just a distant memory. It should have remained forgotten, but I forget that some people have better memories than others. What would you have been able to do? Even as a noble, it's not as though you could go against them. The only outcome here is to just make this less messier for both parties, is to send me off with the Elistines and spare yourself, the entire county, and those associated with this problem. All of that would go away. She gets what she wants, and this problem disappears along with it.
Quick above table thing. So
Uh.
I am channeling as much as Vikar as I can right now, and it is making me shake. You can expect a similar thing to be happening with Vikar, as he's shaking as he gestures, hands shaking as he asks for an explanation, and listening, not still frustrating. Ah. Ugh. Ah. 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 You're still not doing it. So that's what you want, okay. You want me to sign off on them taking you, offer you up on a silver platter, send you off, forget about everything. Is that what you, oh nameless one, desire? Is that what you expect of me?
Truth be told, truth be told, does my personal desires really matter in this situation?
I'm listening for any inkling of an excuse. And so far I've got that a selfish noble thought that it was worth their time to whisk my entire county for them to deal with their family issues. Does that sound like a good excuse to you?
Well, doesn't
You've
really
got,
say anything.
if
What does he want him to say?
you really have nothing to say for yourself, not a single thing.
You can tell that above table I would like to say that Noel has a lot of things he wants to. He is not saying them. He could.
So,
He
so it's very
absolutely.
obvious. So it's very obvious to Ikar that Noel wants to say something, but is holding himself back. Yes?
Would. He's not gonna lie about that. He's not gonna bother to disguise the fact that he has more things he would say, but he chooses to abstain.
Are you trying to hide it?
No, he's not. Doesn't have the energy to hide it. It's like he wants honesty. This is the full honesty. Noel has a lot of things he wants to say, but he's not going to say it. And he is visibly, very visible that he is trying his best to keep it all contained. There's a lot of frustration on my end as well. Can't say it.
I used to think that it was okay if I didn't smile around you. I thought that was okay. You might not have noticed it, but that was important to me. And now, I'm finding out that all of that, whatever I thought, was complete bullshit. A complete lie. And here you are, in front of me. I mean, I didn't think you'd come back. I didn't think I would get to stop. And now that you're back, I know I will never get to stop. I'll have to. That's not. And what do I get for my realization? I get half truths again. Say something. You're not going to say anything?
What do you want me to say in this situation?
I want you to apologize. Anything.
Of table. There's so many things to apologize for. Which one specifically does he want more at this point? There's so many. The list is pretty long. Which one do I think it is, though? I know which one it is. I know
You have to write
which
this out
one it
yourself.
is that he.
Oh,
Are you visibly trying to figure it out?
Oh, I'm not visibly trying to figure it out. This is me, the player, trying to figure it out because there's quite a few. There's quite a few that comes to mind.
If you don't give him any cues, he's gonna try and interject further. It's going to be hard to work a way in. If you don't do anything, he's just gonna have to make assumptions.
Vaughn, me as the player is thinking. Noelle, pause. Give me a moment. I have to disconnect myself from the character for a moment because there are feelings and thoughts that maybe should not mingle together in this conversation, and I have to disconnect for a moment. No. Noelle is trying to compose himself. Doing his best to stay composed. Not to let any of the lingering thoughts and feelings from the past come up and
That's exactly what I
exacerbate.
need. You're gonna put on a front and calm down. It's exactly what I want right now. I want a complete, calm, blank mask of a face to tell me exactly what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. I want more of the same lies I've heard from every other noble, and I thought for once I could talk to a person who wasn't going to be complete blank. And nope. Be mad.
He says that.
Be anything.
As he says that, Noelle stops trying to compose himself. Stops. He lets it simmer. He lets most of the emotions that he's kept hidden from his friends show on his face. Just once. He lets the hurt wash over him in this moment. I've always been difficult. I always thought that. I still think that now. After all these years, you are still a difficult person for me to deal with. I can't allow myself to act on pretenses. Act out that I am I have a lot more feelings and thoughts than I let on. Oh, the type of difficult person who would say otherwise, that I should wear all my callous emotions on my sleeve. That's that's such a harsh ask to make of me. Even after all these years. No, whatever lingering feelings I have is probably enough for me to stop me from attempting to mask any further. Yes, I'm upset. Yes, I'm angry. Yes, I am definitely apologetic for the way I'd left so long ago, but I can't really afford to have these thoughts and feelings. You're trying your best to run away from them. But you're putting me in a really difficult spot making me do that now.
Thank you. All I wanted was a little sincerity.
Not a lie that I've been sincere about most of the emotions I wear on my sleeve, even the ones I try to mask. But you have me at full transparency today.
Sure.
I suppose some things never change.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, everything's changed. At least when it comes to my friend Emil. So, are you sorry?
I am?
What about?
You're really going to dissect this, aren't you?
I want one good apology. Doesn't have to cover everything. One thing. Getting a little bit of sincerity. I want an apology for the insincerity. Can I get that? Can somebody please give me that? You'll do.
Will just kind of sighs and realizes now this is the awkward part of him having to admit this. With full sincerity. He does mean it. It just sounds strange because he has not had to think about this for a few decades. And now that he has to, it's gonna come off a bit awkward, but he is absolutely sincere. And he says that I'm sorry that I never said my proper goodbyes that time.
No. 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 So close. That was fine. I deserved that. I'm used to that. The lying I can't take. Please.
Means this sincerely when he says it, but sorry, but I can't apologize for lying.
Get out.
I leave. It's not. There's no more. He can't continue this conversation. No.
Well, Noelle leaves the room. The doors close behind them if they don't close it themselves. I'll go down the
Polite
steps.
enough to close it behind him.
Hmm?
He's polite enough to close it behind him, okay? Regardless of feelings, he's polite enough to close the door.
Yeah. If Noelle didn't, Nikar would have slammed it. So, anyway.
He had a suspicion, so he's like, I'll close the door. He knows I have to push some button still. That hasn't changed. Change.
Mako hears the door click twice, and steps go down the stairs. The stairs to just
The
slightly
door is locked.
to the others. No.
Yes.
I knock.
You can't hear anything on the other side of it. What was Noelle's first action as soon as they closed the door and stepped down the stairs? As Marco would have passed by and gone up the stairs.
I don't know how to describe the expression on his face, but there is definitely expression on Noel's face as he's going down. He doesn't have the energy to hide it. It is as transparent as possible.
Mixture
This
of
expression on his face.
exhaustion.
A mixture of certain emotions.
Exhaustion.
Exhaustion's more of a physical.
Frustration. You can feel. I think of exhaustion as emotion. You can hide exhaustion.
Definitely. The foremost expression at the top of everything else is just the immense guilt and sadness, followed by the exhaustion, followed by an unidentified emotion that I cannot tell you what it is either because I don't know what it is. That's all.
If there's nothing that you want to cover with Noel right this minute, in it, we'll go back to Marco's. The doors opened as Mikar walks back towards his desk and picks up his jacket and puts it on. On. Lady Consuela.
Does he
Got
not seem like he wants to talk? Because Mako doesn't know what the hell happened inside.
I was quite disappointed with my conversation with Noel, I guess. But I will keep your companion under the protection of my house for as long as you're here, or until Lady Illustrin shows up with consequences that I can't afford to risk on my people.
I understand. I'm extremely thankful and apologetic for the situation. I do have to inform you that while we were in the dungeons, I heard that the kobolds attacking might have some plans for you, and I'm a bit worried for your
What
safety.
Bizarre and Alzek? You're gonna form me a party or something. That would be that would be very nice of them. Uh, I'm afraid I'm going to need a little more context than the kobolds have plans for me.
Right.
Everybody has plans for everybody.
I know this is not the best time, but I think you would have to talk to Orchid or Noel again for this matter. I am
I'm not
not.
talking to Noel about for a bit.
I
And I don't
understand.
know who Orchid is.
Ah, right.
She
Iris.
said, "Is that Iris's real name?"
Yes.
Yeah.
They would have a much better explanation for this.
You said they were a group, and that you had joined their group.
Yes, for a short while. Just until we leave.
And just to be sure, Iris isn't a noble themselves, or good. I
As
wouldn't
far
want
as I know, no. But they seem to be involved with some shady people I'm not sure of.
You're making it really hard to believe that you didn't come here with some kind of angle to. I don't know. Whenever I talk to a noble, they always want something. They always lie. Never genuine. So a little part of me thought was really hoping that you didn't have one. An angle. And I still really hope you don't have one. But
So you've made up.
you brought a pretty big skeleton back out for me today.
So you'd like my honesty.
It's all I've ever wanted. So, but I don't need your honesty. I just, as I said before, feel free to lie. It's, I just, so long as I can trust that when you do, it is for the best interests of my county, or at the very least doesn't harm my county. If you can give me that, that'll be enough. And I can make do on my promises.
But I'm afraid that's not enough for me. So I'll give you what you want.
uh, if there's some kind of catch, I'd really rather not have to look for any catch myself.
Gonzalo is a little confused. Wait, and me, I am confused as the player. What catch?
So that's not enough for me. If you need something else it's from
Ah,
me,
okay.
I'd,
Well, that is for you to figure out. You can think about it when you get the letter. For now, I will try to see where I can help with the situation. Though I would not. I'll see what I can do with Noel.
my next meeting should be much more amicable. I've met the person before, and they are much nicer than today's guest. So that's hopefully that one will go much nicer, and I hope you will attend that one with me as well.
Of course. Does he look alright? It's like
He looks exhausted, physically, emotionally.
right, I'm gonna take off my veil, I guess. And I kinda just like, you know, kinda drape it over him. My mother used to say when people have a veil on, no one really you don't really owe anyone your expression, your feelings or anything. You can keep this for now. And I sort of like leave. I just closed the door quietly.
God nods to you.
The guard?
Yeah, there was still a guard.
I uh I nod to the guard. Or like give them a tap. It's been a great day for everyone in a very sarcastic tone.
This was the same day that Orchid got turned into a pug.
I know exactly. I hope you will be fine. And she returns to her room. Well, I'm gonna go enter like the room
You were
where
being very
Nobel
polite to that
is.
guard. You were being very polite to that guard.
Yeah, he's been through a lot.
But the guard,
Yeah,
he hasn't heard any of this. He's just like, oh, geez, it's a lot of like big, tired people today.
he hasn't heard shit, but he's definitely seen people's faces and their
Jeez,
expression.
what's happened to them?
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna drag Orchid from my room to Nobel's and Bizarre's and Ozic's room. But they have a lot of explaining to do.
Yep, you find them, and try and gather them. Any problems gathering them?
Wherever Nobel went though, did he go back to his room?
We're gonna need.
Probably he doesn't want to get caught wandering familiar hallways again. Not when his sister might
Yeah, well, his sister.
have been here. No.
Yeah, also, where is Orchid? Did she return to her room? Well, to our room.
Um, I want to say that like after the he shooed all the servants away and they left and she left. I want to say that she went outside because she was looking to see if Noel's sister and Papa had, like how far gone are they? Like outside of the property.
Okay. Then
I'm
I'll probably
contemplating.
just stick with Nobel.
They do leave the property. Would Orchid try and follow them?
Contemplating, like I've been thinking to myself, I'm like, is this something I want to do, or is it something I don't want to do? Because like I'm thinking I could follow them and I could talk to them if I wanted to talk to them.
You could. You
Uh,
could just run straight up to them and be like, "Hey." You could follow them secretly. You could go be like, "Hey, I want to come and talk to you."
you see,
Mm.
like the only problem with it is just that like what I'm thinking about talking about, and like how me, I not Orchid, well Orchid as well. Uh, I'm like, what am I going to exactly say? Like, what are my goals here? It's like I don't know. I don't know so much that I'm like maybe I just shouldn't do it. Maybe I will follow them just a little bit. I'll follow them. I want to follow them just to see where they're heading off to. So
You
yeah,
just follow them
just
secretly.
yep.
Stealth check.
I'm gonna go. Fine. Hmm. Hmm. It's a 17. Uh, yeah, it's a 17. Why the
Yeah, no. Erfin has a
course.
passive perception of 28.
Well, I wasn't gonna make that anyway, so whatever.
But Annalise,
Maybe. You don't know.
Annalise isn't paying attention to her surroundings because Erfin's handling it for her.
Uh,
So Erfin sees you, but
well,
he
is
doesn't
he
tell
gonna do
Annalise
some?
about it.
Okay, then they just keep walking because I'm gonna keep following.
Every once in a while, though, he does look at you just to remind you that he knows where you are.
Terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, if he's not gonna do nothing, then I'm not gonna stop following. I want to see where they're going. An idiot. God dang it. No, whatever.
Ba, 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 ba. Okay, so that might take a bit. Do you want to see? Do you want to go over what Margot's talking to Noelle about, and then go to Orchid? Good, as they're following them through streets and then through back alleys. Is at one point it gets difficult to follow them, and I'm going to need you to make a check to keep track of them. How would you like to try and keep track of them as they go out of your line of sight? It's at a point where there's multiple different ways to go.
So they're moving through alleys, or are they like deliberately trying to stay in more uh dark areas or something?
Yeah, they're definitely avoiding anywhere that sunlight would have easy access to.
Well, she'll try her best to like follow them as much as she can see, but like maybe try and like I want to say assume a little bit of like which direction they may be going based off of the fact that she understands what they're trying to avoid.
Okay, so you're going to use. So you're going to try and figure out where they're going based on the context, knowing what they wouldn't want to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think that would be an intelligence check then.
Luckily, I'm super smart.
Or go with an investigation check.
Okay. Let's see how that goes. It goes terribly. Absolutely terrible. It's a 3. A 3. I'm sure I'm on their tail.
You got a 3.
Yep.
Okay. Uh, you would definitely lose them if you lost line of sight of them. If you don't, and you figure out that you're losing them, if you want to keep following them, you're gonna have to get closer to them and risk Annalise seeing you.
Huh. Give me 1 second. Okay. I'm going to say that for now, I mean, she's gonna get closer. Might as well. Because, like, in my own head, I'm like, what are they going to do for real? Yeah. Well, technically, I can assume some things they may do, but I don't believe it. So, yeah, she's gonna try and get a little bit closer.
There you are. Okay. Okay. As I said, Annalise is mostly depending on Evan to handle that stuff. And is being rather careless as they are very aware of how good their father is at this kind of thing. Okay. If you're able to take advantage of this to get far closer, so then you would typically be able to. And you still lose sight of them at places, but are able to you follow them without getting Annalise's attention. And quickly catch up to them when you lose sight. FN is a bit like safe distance. Don't want anybody to misunderstand and think there's an attack going on. As long as everything is civil, FN's not going to do anything. So you're getting close to put him on edge. But he didn't do anything, so he's not going to do anything. Eventually you come to a crossroads.
I was gonna say if he's looking like at her, she's gonna, I guess, like raise her hands a little bit, because like she doesn't even have her gauntlets on, so it's like, yeah, she still doesn't even have those on. She has no intention on fighting, just observing if she can get
Or like
the
white gloves
across.
instead of white flag.
Basically, just shush and let me see where you're going.
Jeez. You'll eventually be able to follow to a fork in the alley that connects to multiple different paths and splits off there. It'd be very difficult to follow them through this network of connections. But as you've managed to get close enough, you can see which of the many ways they choose to go. And you eventually find that they managed to find a manhole cover that leads into the sewers. Very unrefined, but they have some clothes to change into as soon as they get down there.
Oh wow, they're hiding in the sewers.
You can follow them further if you'd like.
Well, if that's like, I assume that's like the end location. Like
You
that's
haven't
where they're
seen
heading.
the sewers are pretty like, large network.
Ugh, the sewers. Do I want to go all the way down there?
And you haven't seen any of the other people from the group that you saw before.
Hmm. Uh, okay. First of all, I just remembered that I rolled for stealth, even though I didn't have to do that, as far as my memory is telling me, technically.
You
Uh,
rolled to 17
yeah,
before. You don't need to roll again.
I know. No, I was meaning the, other thing. Uh, but, what are my goals here? I'm just trying to find out where they are, and I guess find out where they are, who else is with them, for maybe my own personal knowledge, I suppose. Maybe I do need to follow them more. I dig it. I'm gonna have to flip a coin.
Feels stealthy.
She's gonna keep following.
There we go then. And you get into the sewers. Just taking advantage of the dark. Well, even while Drow are better at dealing with dark than you are, they're still not perfect at dealing with the dark. Dark, especially up to a certain range. And the pathways and passages get a lot easier to follow while in the sewers. So you can hold further back than you were above ground.
Mm-hmm.
Or
What is it?
decent ways without incident. And you eventually find where they've been hiding out. There seems to be a small nest of gelatinous monsters that they have charmed into allowing them to stay here, which keeps the area they stay clean. And it keeps others away. You see some of the drow that you saw before are missing. But some of the guards, it seems. But they have acquired a new drow who seems much paler than any of the others.
One of the guards? Or you said someone else?
The guards are no longer with you. I'm no longer with
Oh.
them. Well, one of them is. You remember one of the guards getting killed in the dragon attack, and another one that you knocked out seems to be here. But the stronger of the guards seems to have died at some point. Or at the very least, they're not here. And they have been replaced by somebody in very ceremonial clothes, uh, covered in some language that you would be able to recognize as not being common. What languages do you speak?
Not many. If any.
Not many. Not
Two.
many indeed. You're able to tell that it's no language that you're familiar with, but it is made. The words and letters are formed using a spiderweb design. So they seem to have a very ceremonial position, and they seem to be guarding Noel's mother in Erfin's place while he was on this mission with Annalise.
A person in ceremonial outfits guarding Noel's mom. Oh no.
As some of you might be able to infer from this information, that means that this person's capable enough of protecting Mother Dearest that Earthen was comfortable with leaving them to be protected by someone else.
I see. I understand that now. Big trouble. I mean, I'm fine, but I understand the issue.
So
Well,
the gelatinous monsters move out the way for them, and then move back. And you can hear them if you're willing to get close enough. But you know that Earthen is being forgiven. And so, so long as you don't attack anybody, there will be no issues. You can probably risk it.
a little eavesdropping would never hurt nobody. Just a little, just a tad bit of
It is an
eavesdropping.
option if you want to.
I'm not going to stay for too long, but I do want to hear a little bit. I don't want
Okay.
to risk hanging around for too long, but I do want to hear.
The majority of the first things to talk about is like debriefing of what's happened so far. How long are you willing to wait here? Until you hear something interesting, hear plans, and a time limit, here until they talk about something specific.
I want to say, well, I don't know how
As they spend a
soon
bit
they're
of
going to get
time
to that.
deliberating on the debrief.
I was going to say, I do want to hear plans, but I'm not sure how soon they're going to get to that. Like, in conversation.
One thing while they're going over what they learned, and Annalise is saying, surprisingly, the Lord of the House was a bit surprised to see and to recognize the person underneath the mask, so that could be an interesting way to approach this problem.
Oh, shit.
So you're going to be waiting until they either talk about plans or a significant amount of time has passed. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to hear something of plan relation, importance of the plan they're planning. The plan they're planning.
Okay. Annalise seems to be more. You don't know much about Annalise, so you don't really have a point of reference to compare it to. But they are very much controlling like, what happens and when it happens amongst these people. And sometimes their mother will try to interject. You can tell it's their mother, as they refer to them as such. Actually, then can infer that this is also Noelle's mother by that fact. We should approach this with the utmost seriousness, mother. Yes, but there is no time for buts. But this could affect my reputation. If I lose face, how are people supposed to know that challenging me, contesting me, will be unfortunate? I need to be perfect mother. There is no opportunity that I can give. Imagine how that would affect you. You really think people wouldn't attack you further if they thought they could get to me? This can't go on much longer.
She said people would attack the mother. Is that what she said?
Said people could use. She basically said people could use her mother to get to her if. So you can see that her mother is sickly, quite sickly. Like, she is not. Most other people are laying, sitting or standing. The mother has a lavish bed with plenty of pillows to prop them up. That Earth then has immediately sat beside as soon as he's got back. And the person that was with the mother has then gone over to Annalise.
I understand that. I was just confused because she wants to. I was hearing mothers, too many mothers. I get it's one mother. We're talking about one mother currently. I don't know why I thought it was saying because isn't the grandmother like her target a little bit aside
Yeah, the
from
matron.
Noelle? Yeah, I thought it was like they could use your grandmother or my grandmother to get my mother or something like that. Mother's mother. I don't know. I was confusing myself.
AT is self gaslight. I approve. Anyway. If we don't get permission to make things public, we are going to need to try and do this discreetly, regardless of the risks. And you hear her speak in a language you have no idea about how to even begin to comprehend. And this is the first time that the person in the robes has reacted to anything and is now looking at Annalise. Quiet. The more ceremonial, pale, gaunt person. They look somewhat sickly. Nods, shakes their head, nods again.
Is it possible to assume, like, I don't know, are they giving orders or like are they being given orders of some variety? Is that what it looks like maybe? Of course I don't know what they're saying, but normal
Annalise,
convo.
Annalise goes to the others. You've heard Undercommon before. This is not Undercommon. I mean, as it seems most of the other people in the group don't know what she's just said either, as she has to translate to the others anyway. If we're willing to give up our friend here, we may be able to accomplish some goals discreetly. Oh, we could send you, Father. Fen. I'm sure as the favored consort, you would be able to use, get in and out without too much trouble. Though you might be too recognizable. Maybe we should go with our friend here. Yeah, they're more expendable than you. Even now.
Someone that I definitely don't know. At least I am like 99% sure. I have no clue who this friend is. Like they said she's going to give somebody up. Is that what she said? If she gives this person up, then they'll be able to continue plans. Is that what she said?
May be able to accomplish our goals discreetly.
Yeah, if she gives somebody up.
Yes. She's referring to the person in the robes.
Okay. Give them up, whoever they are. So they're in robes. Robes. Are they a drow too? The pale person in robes?
They are ridiculously pale for a drow.
Hmm. So not a
They
drow.
look they are no, they are drow, but they look
Okay, cool.
they look sick.
Give
But they
this
their
person.
skin almost looks like a regular elf's from how sick they are.
Okay. They're sickly, wearing very traditional robes.
No,
Totally a drow. No?
ceremonial.
Ceremonial. That's what I meant. Ceremonial robes. Sickly and expendable. Plus also they're going to maybe give them up to further plans. I assume I can't assume give them up to who
The
exactly?
the implication is that they would be able to get Noel if they are unable to do it.
Like a trade?
You could say that in a way.
Hmm. I want Orchid to make sure she looks at this guy like close enough to where like she will be able to repeat what he looks like when she goes and tells the others,
Oh,
I
he's very
suppose.
recognizable. He doesn't have a tongue.
Oh my, that's crazy.
His mouth's almost been sewn shut.
Oh wow. I guess they're not a friend. Wait. They want to give him up even though they also left him to protect the mother? Is that right? He's the same person, right? Or is it a
It's the
different
same
person?
person, yes.
Okay, they left him to protect the mom, but they are also willing to throw him under the bus to get Noel. And he doesn't see. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, from missing tongue and sewn mouth, it doesn't seem like they're treating him very well. Or somebody wasn't treating him very well.
That's the
Cool.
implication, yes, Rice. Correct. If it weren't for the sewn shut mouth and the gaunt sickliness of them, they would almost look beautiful.
And it's a dude, right? A dude, guy,
This is a
male.
dude, yeah.
Does he look like stressed or scared or something like that?
Not even slightly. They are eerily calm.
Oh. Okay. That is eerie. Okay. Is there anything else to be said by her to them?
It seems she's going to contact the matron and see what their 2 cents about this are. But if she doesn't like what she hears, she's going to take matters into her own hands and sends no mouth over here to go deal with it.
Okay. This all sounds like a situation, but it's good to know that I guess they're going to send No Mouth our way, maybe. For Noel, I guess. Mm. If that's all,
Sounds
then
like
she's
that's their
definitely.
secret kidnapping plan, is to send him.
You said that's the secret?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I was like, if that's all, then Orchid's definitely gonna make her leave. Time to get out of here.
Yeah, there was some talk about how the politics might be difficult to do this openly. As then people will know that there's an issue, and they don't want that getting out, so it might have to be secret. Right. That's the gist of it. Right. You know where they are. If you don't have anything else you want to do, you can leave.
Yep, we got a location and we got something else. So it's time to go. Noel's dad was so nice to let Orchid follow for so long. So kind of him. Yeah, I know that. I don't doubt that I was in danger. But he's chill. He's
He would
chilling.
snap your neck. He would slit it.
Whatever. Who cares about the specifics of dying and being murdered? It would have been over. I would have been 6 feet